All right, so third box flips up, and I do apologize. So we are on we're on day 22. For those on the recording, I had a problem getting that recording started. That problem is early onset dementia. I have no idea what it is, but I sort of forgot to start it. So we moved a single day, and the Witch King got jumped by goblins at the ruins. So we are now fighting that fight. So these guys flip. This head intercepts that dude and eats him. So we got one kill. And all right, let's start again. So we're gonna go on here on this guy, the top guy there, and we'll leave everybody just as is. This is the second round. So a 6 moves these guys down to here, this guy up, and this guy up. Let's flip all the boxes. Second box. Third box. Okay. Head intercepts. Kills that dude. Excellent. We'll attack that guy and just keep going. So this is 4. Everybody stays absolutely in place. First box. Flips. Second box. Nope. And third box. No flip. But our body intercepts this dude and eats him. So there you go. Now we gotta spread these guys out a little bit. We're gonna hit that guy in the middle. Let's see where everybody goes. 6. So everybody shifts what? Up. Except for him. And so these two go up. And flip. Doesn't matter the first box at all. Second box. Third box. Third box flips. This guy is intercepted and killed. We'll just put him right there. Where does everybody go? 6. He goes all the way down there. Guy goes up. This is the first box flip. Second box flip. We're actually hoping he doesn't, and he doesn't. And he is intercepted by the head and killed. And so now we got one goblin left. 2. So he goes all the way down there. Does he flip? He does not flip. So that's the first round that nothing's happened. So that sucks a little bit. 6. So he goes all the way down the bottom. He needs to flip or else his combat is over. He does flip, and he's intercepted by the head. Well, not intercepted. He is undercut by the head and killed, and that's it. Combat ends. So once again, I love the Tremendous Flying Dragon. Once again, he comes through. The Witch King is going to score 21 prowess. Almost certainly winning that category for the game. So, all right. That's it. That's the fight. But the Witch King also does 2 things. He gets 6 ears. So the Bash card challenge is over. He has a Troll Blood potion, which doesn't matter, although he might use it for giggles. He has 6 goblin ears. I think they're 3 gold apiece. I think. $3. Yep. Now he has to turn them in at any dwelling. So, whatever. All right. And that's the day. The Goblin Bounty is in effect till the end. You can't. The Witch King can't score any more points off it, unfortunately. He could score more ears, so that's not really going to help him. Otherwise, you might farm them. right here, but he's not going to score another point. So, so be it. And the wolf bounty, I think, has ended. So that's true. All right. Oh, we also have bandits up here to take. I wonder if someone could take the bandits. Is anybody in position to take on 3 bandits? Maybe the Black Knight was before he came back. He should have gone up there. Son of a bitch. Excuse me. Well, darn. All right. Should have thought of that. He is great for intimidating a bunch of Yahoo bandits, let me tell you. So, all right, let's write our next day here. Let's get our next day going. So, the White Knight still trying to find the body. Let's figure out, it's going to take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days to get back home. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have maybe a day more just in case something terrible goes. And we did get a rest. So let's rest something while we're there. And that was yesterday. So today's day 23. We will rest also there. Black Knight. Black Knight's just moving in. He's going to move and move to the riddle. The imp there. Just do the best we can. Just courage right the heck in. And who's next? The Witch King. Witch King did not find. Hey, Fallout Fails, how are you, sir? Nice to hear from you. So the Witch King didn't find his quarry here, so we're gonna search. We still have 1 black magic left, so we still have. I'm doing well. A little tired, a little bit, but not unnaturally so. But other than that, I'm having fun just playing some board games here. Figured I would stream and see if anybody passes by. That's about it, man. What are you doing? Anything going on? Are you playing anything? In the meantime, we got the dwarf, and the dwarf still hasn't. So okay, so obviously we're going to spend the last part of the game just searching for sites here. That seems to be our lot in life. All right, so day 23 is written. Let's move the day marker. Arma 3. Ooh, dragons. Well, that's going to draw something somewhere. Arma 3. So that is the super detailed shooter, if I recall, right? I played that for the tiniest bit. My dad played that more than I did. he enjoyed that more than me. I'm like, that's a lot of work to go into a shooter. All right, so the knight is just searching and resting. He is hoping that his knight buddies will protect him, but he really needs to roll a 4 or a 1. That's a 3. That's not good. And he's gonna do it again. So you've got 2. Oh, and a 6. Not finding it. Son of a. And he gets a rest. Always rest your moves. If you're the White Knight, get your moves back in play first, because you are a tired old man under all that armor. So I know about that. So he is done, but now we've got to draw all the crap that's going to show up. So he is a smoke chit because he's carrying the dragon essence. So dragon plops on him just like that. Flutter is going to bring the 2 flyers, but they're going to bring it here. So all of a sudden we get dragons pouring into the cavern. And the White Knight will face a fight this evening. The Dwarf is going to hide. He doesn't. And he searches 3 times in hopes of finding the lost castle. That is a fail. I cannot roll these searches tonight. That's another fail. One more, and he needs a 4 or a 1. A 2 does not cut it, and he fails. And there are no more dragons because the White Knight pulled them all cleverly. So the Dwarf is safe from dragons, but doesn't find what he needs to find, and that we're quickly running out of days here. So the next guy in our Can We Search and Fail crew is the Witch King. And the Witch King's going to do 4 searches trying to find the altar. That's a fail. He needs a 4 or a 1. 1! Oh no, the Witch King actually... No, I'm sorry. That's not true. That is bad, and I've been doing this wrong for a couple days. Not a ton, just 2 days. So the Witch King rolls in the magic sight table, so he actually lucks out. So he discovers chits on a 5. So I think, frankly, if I'm to be honest, he rolled a 5. I'm pretty sure the first one, if I recall. So if he does a 5, he crossed the sights off and can loot it whenever you're in the clearing. But he can't loot per se, right? He always has to use magic sight. Witch King can return Witch King must use magic sight. 757. Let's look for that real super quick, just to make me feel like I'm following the rules. Seven, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7. Yes, so he can't do pure loot, blah, blah, blah. He must use magic sight all the time. So, so what I'm going to do is we will give him that roll. So he rolls a 5. He discovers the altar, so that's good. So he marks the altar off. Now, most importantly, that's half of his pilgrimage that he needs to do. So now we're going to keep rolling here on the table. And he can't learn any of the spells here, which sort of sucks, because the spells here are type 2s and 3s. So it's like a nature-y altar. And we're more, sacrifice maidens altar, really, is what we are. We're more a demon, undead raising, necromancy altar. However, if we roll a 3, then we do get to pick the top treasure off the altar. So let's roll 3 more times. Oops, that's not roll. That is flipping the dice. We get a 3. So we sniff out treasures, and we pop the top treasure off of here. So there are 4 treasures. The first 2 cards are spells. We get the 3rd card then off the deck here. So let's pick it. The Belt of Strength. Sort of useless, but whatever. Is that the... Yeah, so 3 cards left. It would be the 3rd card and lower. Not sure why that's the Belt of Strength, but we don't really care. That's 1. We get 2 more of these. Do we roll a 3? We don't roll a 3. Do we roll a 3? We roll a 4. So that's it. And do dragons appear? They do not on a roll over 1. So we are done with his day. And the Black Knight's turn. The Black Knight walks on in. That's pretty much all he does. Nothing appears. And his day is done. But we do have a fight on our hand. And that is our dragon. And I have to look at the riddle game here. Yeah, the Black Knight needs to resolve that too. So let's actually do that first. That's an easy one to resolve. So, how the riddle game works is there's an imp there waiting to give us riddles, of course. We get one chance to answer the riddle. We can fatigue asterisks. For every 2 asterisks we fatigue, we get one more chance to answer the riddle. So I'm going to do... I'm going to give myself... 3 chances to answer this thing. And that to answer it, you need to roll a 3, 2, or a 1. The highest die needs to be a 3, 2, or 1 on here. So the first chance is a 5. That's a fail. Second chance is a 3. So we do succeed. And so we score the game. So what do we get here? We could have fought him, too. We answered the riddle. We score a VP. So he scores the riddle game. So score. And he scores a VP. And he does pick a small treasure out of the deck. So we shuffle this bad boy. Woo! Shuffled 1,000 times, even though that's not going to matter, of course. Then we draw one. It is the Magic Spectacle, so he will get an extra search phase from here on in. So a little late in the game for that, but cool. And his dude is done. He's left him. The riddle game is resolved. So very good. That's him. And I can toss that card. Maybe get another one. It's a potion, a druid's test. I almost don't care, but we'll check it anyway. Nonetheless, the knight has to fight. So we do have this dragon to fight. The white knight's really not in a great position to fight. But what he's going to do is he's going to have his... So the nice thing is we know that this gigantic horse is going to protect whatever knight we throw at this thing. So I don't know if we... So we're going to lure it with knight number 3. Right like that. And so we're going to play it there. It's going to flip over in the melee step. And again, when you have a guy on a horse, the horse takes the first shot. And in this case, this dragon can only do heavy damage. You'll see the horse is tremendous. The knights are also marked tremendous, but they really are only heavy in the rules. So I fixed that by putting a little mini chit on there to make sure I remember they're only heavy. So that dragon cannot kill that knight. That knight is going to run roughshod over that dragon. What we are going to do... Oh, man. We're going to play this fight just to make sure this combat ends. We're going to play this fight to ready this weapon and this fight to wield it. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, geez. There we go. We'll put that there. So we're going to get in on this fight also. The dragon is going to go 3, so that means 1 and 2 switch. We flop this. He does flip. And what happens is this guy attacks and misses. We attack and intercept and kill the dragon. And that was a pretty easy fight. But we do have to fatigue because we spent way too much energy doing that. Normally we wouldn't have to, but we are all wounded up. So we're going to trade that in for that H5 there. We score 5 more points, which really is going to do us only... It's only going to make sure that no one catches up with the White Knight with some lucky streak of fights. So that day is complete. So now I think... do we have one more day to get out of Dodge? So the White Knight would have liked to pick up this adventurer's body. What that would have done, he could have carried it back through to here, and once you turn it in at any dwelling, you get a point. So that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt because so this is going to take a day. That's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. It's going to take us 4 days to get back to the order 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have at best 1 more day to find this body. So I'm going to say we try 1 more day to do it. And we only have 2 more days. So that's another key. The order is done after 2 more days. So we're going to stop there and get fought. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 days. So we really need to clear out properly so that the order can clear the way for the White Knight to get to the chapel without incident. So we're sort of cutting it to the wire to try to score that last, possibly 2 points that we can score. The Black Knight succeeded in his game. Now the only problem so does the vault have anything left in it? The vault only has 2 treasures left, so that's a rough haul. We could find, so we could search here, hope to find this, move up to here, try to get out. We're trying to find 3 secret paths or passages. We have green 3, 6 in the deep woods, so that's good. So we have 1 found already. I suppose we could do 2 and then maybe 3. So let's search twice and try to find this guy, this 3-2 cave. So let's search 2 times here. Ooh, come on. And try to find Navigator. So we have 1. Where the heck is it? Deep Woods 3. So we have, I'm going to put Navigator 1 there. This is hopefully for Navigator 2. Nav 2, I'll put that in, put a question mark beside it. There you go. So if we can do that, then we can try to get and finish out on the ruins here and complete that quest before the day runs out. The Witch King is done. He has found the altar. So we got the altar. Now we're trying to find we're trying to get back to the chapel. Now we could fly. Yeah, do we have any other thing to do? Yeah, we're probably going to fly to the deep woods. 1, 2, 3 to the deep woods. We have 1 black magic left. So what we're going to do is we're going to record a rest. Then we're going to fly 3 times to the deep woods, and we'll land in the deep woods. And right, 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, done. Deep woods. So we'll land there randomly. We have a guide in case we need to. We have an Elven Pathfinder, so we actually can follow all these paths without learning them. So we could hopefully then walk into the order. That's going to finish pilgrimage. That's going to potentially get us to the Inquisition. So I think that's a good move for him. And the dwarf, still didn't find that goofy treasure cache. He'll do, I mean, might as well finish it out like this. So, all right. So it is day 24. So we're getting to the end here. Monster roll for day 24 looks to be trolls and giants. Ooh. Let's shuffle those chits, and the white knight's going to go his one more day. So this is it. This is his last day searching. He gets 2 searches. He's looking for a 4 and a 1. 3, that's a fail. Come on, 4. You got this. Nope, a 5. And he's going to rest. And he's going to bring this guy back. And I don't think anything appears. Oh no, Stink. Stink brings Stink in a cave. It's going to bring these guys. So these guys jump him. And he is done. Black Knight searches 2 times. 4. That is not a 3, 2, or a 1. He finds the vault. I mean, that's okay. It doesn't help him much, but he does find it. One more. 3, 2, or 1. Nope, 4. Vault. And speaking of the vault, Tremendous Troll appears right there. And that's clunky. He can't fight the Tremendous Troll, but, you know. He is done. The Witch King is going to rest. So we'll bring this chit back into play. And then he's going to fly 3 times using his broomstick. 1, 2, 3. Let's kill the broomstick. So that's probably the last time we'll see that in the game. Let's see where he lands. Random hex, or random clearing, I should say. He lands in 4. He is done. Stink is going to bring something, actually, strangely enough. Oops, and if I could actually hit the right button, it's going to bring a giant. So a giant descends on the Witch King. And our dwarf will hide once. He does, and he's going to search 3 times for the lost castle. That is the first fail. That is a success. The dwarf has found the lost castle, so he finds the treasure cache, finally. That's a point. In addition, he gets a large treasure from the large treasure deck. So the one failure that I have in this scheme here is I don't have the decks with the cards already drawn out, so I have to live with duplicates occasionally. So we're going to draw one for the dwarf. The dwarf gets a golden armband. Protects against swing. And I mean, it's a cool treasure for sure. Not great. Oh, Roar in the Mountains. That's going to draw the other giant. To hear them. And the dwarf is done. So we have a couple fights to get done here, so let's do them. 2 trolls on the knight and his guys. And we didn't find the adventurer, so that stinks a little bit. Those trolls can do heavy damage. Still not going to kill the... still not going to be able to do anything against these horses, so they're sort of boned, the trolls. So we'll lure them with the powerful order, or... Well, maybe they can't ride them in the cave, huh? That's probably true, actually. I've probably been giving these guys a little bit of extra power there, right? In the cave. Oh, doing it wrong. Always goddamn doing it wrong. Let's go here. Let's do a quick check. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just going to... So I'll say they can't do it at this point. Let's just go with... We do have to be a little bit careful, though. If these guys flip, they're H5s. Good enough. So we'll just put these Not him, though. We're going to put this. No. T5-5. That'll work. Done. All right. The white knight, on the other hand, is going to ready his weapon with this. He's going to play it with this. So he'll flip that guy and do it. And we will protect that dude. Let's see where our troll... Oops. Time out. Let's see where our troll goes. 3. So 1 and 2 swap. Does the troll flip? Troll does not flip. Okay. So let's go down. Well, let's quickly adjudicate. In this case, this guy misses. The white knight intercepts and hits and kills the troll. So 1 troll down. This round, for these guys, 6. So he goes down there. Does he flip over? He does not flip over. So that's that. White knight will play pretty much the same spiel. And the troll is going to go to 2. So 1 and 3 switch. Like that. Does he flip over? He does not. In this case, we do not intercept, but we do undercut because of the Morning Star, and we do still kill this guy. Keep in mind, yeah, and we're the fastest attack. So that's a pretty easy fight. Those trolls are easy for the white knight if he doesn't have to take any of them on his sheet, which the knights ensure that he doesn't. That's 15 more prowess, by the way. So we are closing in. That's an interesting little mini race between him and the Witch King. But the Witch King also has a fight. He's got a giant on his sheet. And unfortunately, this giant is on our sheet. And we do have to be a little bit careful. So this is not super ideal. And the reason being that the giant can actually kill the dragon. Strangely enough, for all of the hype that we do, for all the hype we do about this dragon, this club is very dangerous on round 1. We do not use the firebolt alternate rule, so the dragon head is actually not as long as this club. If this club flips and lines up on round 1, then that kills the dragon. So that stinks a little bit. Because I said that, it's likely to happen. Because that's Magic Realm. So let's see what happens here. Let's do what we do. 3. So yeah, 1 and 2 flip because the do. Okay. So this hits first. It does heavy damage to the tremendous dragon. The dragon shrugs it off. And we actually play this on this side. I'm sorry. I do that to I'm doing this to show the length. But we then hit the giant and kill it. So we were 1/6 away. So 30% away from getting killed there. So that's 8 more prowess for the dragon Witch King. So it's not a bad little race. For that top spot in terms of fighting. We have to move. So we are sort of done. We have got to get out of dodge. So what I think the white knight's going to do, so he can either hide, so he can hide or he can search one last time and move because we're going to be blocked by this guy no matter what. So I'm going to search one last time So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my extra rest. I'm going to search one last time and then move into the dragons and be blocked. And then the next day, oh, we're not. Ooh, that is not ideal. So we are a day behind because of these dragons appearing. Okay, well, miscalculation on my part. So we're going to be a day behind. We're not going to get out of here in time to let the knights, the order, just take care of this. So we're going to get to here tomorrow. So let's see, do we have enough days? So we are on day 25. We're going to be here. 26, we're going to be here. Day 27 here. Day 28. 1, 2, 3, 4. Theoretically, we can still make it. So, okay. So the dwarf scored his treasure cache finally. So I will turn that in. He has armor, which is take a damaged piece of armor to a random clearing in the mountain. I think we're just going to let that one ride because, again, unlikely chance. So we're sort of winding down on most of these characters, I think. It really just comes down to pretty much the White Knight and the Witch King. And can we succeed in getting here effectively? So let's check out all the folks. So we do have the White Knight's move, which is to plow into the dragons with his guys. So that's that. Before they leave his employ. The Black Knight was trying to search for this thing. He's going to do it again. He did not get Nav 2 last time. He's going to try to get it this time. So that's his move. Witch King is going to 1, 2, 3 because he has the Elf Pathfinder. So he is going to. Oh, and he had to flip that to fight the giant. So he is done there. So he is going to be at least a little bit careful. And since he has a couple days to do it, I think he's going to go 1, 2. So he's going to move into Awful Valley 2. So move into Awful Valley 2. He is going to rest. He is going to use his extra spell X and a spell phase to get 1 mote of black magic into the game, just in case things go wrong. That's his move. And the dwarf has scored the cache. Does he have anything else he possibly can do? He is going to move into Awful Valley 2, and he's going to try to finish out. He'll probably rest twice. Move, Awful Valley 2, and rest 2 times. He'll get back to the order, sell up. Maybe can he buy something and get? Now he can't get. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there's no possible way for him to get anywhere else. I don't think he's too slow with those 2 moves a day. It stinks. So does everybody have a 25? 25, 25, 25. We are good with day 25. Let's get a monster roll, and let's we're on. I said we're super close to the end. So that is a goblin roll. Oops. Dwarf is first. So Dwarf's going to move there. He's going to rest 2 times, get that back. That's his gig right there. He is done. The Witch King moves in because he is the Elf Pathfinder, so he can move. He's going to rest to bring one of these chits back, and then he's going to flip another chit to Black Magic. Flip it like that. Just in case. Never know. He is done. The White Knight is going to search one last time. Maybe this is it. A 4 or a 1. No. Okay, so he blows it, and so he barrels right into there. Nothing on, but he does have two of these dudes to fight. And then the Witch King, or the Black Knight, is going to search 2 times. He needs to find one. He needs to find this passage. He needs a 4 or a 1 to do it. Oh, he had a fight, actually. The Tremendous Troll. Well, there you go. So that's done. He's actually not there. So I'm going to put him... He would have had to have run here. So that's my fault. So I'm making a bunch of mistakes here just to end this one for us. So his move would have been to hide and move back into the vault. Maybe? No, that's going to be a mess. He can't actually do that. So hide and move into the oak. So that'll be his move. So he's going to hide. He does. He moves into the oak woods there. And he is done. So let me write that. So his move is hide, move into the oak woods. So sorry about that. I didn't notice where our guy was. Witch King moved on day 25. The Black Knight moved. Everybody's moved on day 25. So it looks like we are done, but we do have a fight, and that is one of the last hurrahs that the White Knight and the Order are going to have. Are these 2 dudes. So this is a similar combat to the other one. So we're going to put him there. We'll put him there. What we need to do, we need a 4, time 4. We do not have time 4s. So if he flips, he's harmless. If he doesn't flip, not so harmless. And in fact, we cannot, if we don't allow the horses, that's fine. This is not a safe fight for any of these fine knights. So what I will do... Are any of them have any 4s anywhere? No, no one has a 4 move. Okay, so be it. So what I will do is I will, round 1, it comes down to weapon length. So we're going to put all these guys, we're going to deploy them here. The other one goes to us. And we will play just like this, assuming that that golden crown will hopefully protect us. So, and hopefully these guys, just the sheer number of attacks will protect them. So round 1, let's see where this dragon goes. He goes 5. That stinks. So he's going to go down there. Does he flip? If any of these flip, this is going to go really well. So he does flip. Done. So we have to fatigue, which we will. We flip this over. It is now readied. And we're done. Over here. Where does the dragon go? The dragon goes right up top, so he's going to stay right there. Where do these two guys go? So someone needs to line up on him. So where do these two guys go? So they're going to go here and here, which sort of sucks. And then this guy is going to go there. So that's good. Do any of these guys flip? So this guy doesn't flip. This second guy doesn't flip. This third guy does flip. So what happens? Round 1. Longer weapon goes first. He does tremendous damage and kills the dragon before the dragon eats him. All right. So now I don't think it matters, but we're gonna have him lure like that. I mean, he's on that side actually. And we will play here. And we don't need to play a move anymore. So if he flips, he's going to die. So this is, I think, an auto win now. So let's see where he goes. 6. So he goes all the way down to the bottom. Does he flip? He does not flip. Okay. Oh, actually, so there you go. So no one hits. So what I should do, okay, that's fine. So nobody hits. The dragon, actually the dragon hits him for light damage and does nothing. And then we both miss. So what we're going to do is actually going to deploy onto the dragon sheet. So everybody's going to come and fight now. And the dragon, but these guys all have to roll is the trade-off. So where does the dragon go now? The dragon goes 3. So he goes right there. Does the dragon flip? No. Now it barely matters. So we're going to roll for these first two guys. One of them they both actually line right in there. Where does this guy go? 2, he stays there. Flip. One guy does. Flip. Yeah, this is sort of not the most exciting of, So everybody flips. This is the first attack, and it hits and kills the dragon. And we are indeed done with that fight. But it scores 15 more prowess for our knight, and he's at 86. He is only a few points behind our Witch King. I don't think we have another fight. So let's see what we got here. So at the end of the day today, the order is done. That's too bad. So the White Knight is going to book it out, and he's going to move twice into the valley. The order will leave him, and he's going to then use his last 2 days to make the run back, and he can barely make it, potentially. I do sort of hate to say it. I don't think we have anything else really to do with our guy. Oh, we had magic spectacles, so we could have, but I mean, as I said, I'm making all the damn mistakes that I possibly can. So if you ever want to know what a crappy game of Magic Realm looks like, this is it. I actually think I'm going to just rest our knight. I'm going to hide. Oh, wait, he's on wolves. He's not hide here. That's crazy talk. So I'm just going to move him up and sort of be done, I think. So I'm going to move to AV1 and rest, and really sort of be done to see what happens with the top 2. So I think I think this is sufficient to... Witch King will hide 3 times. Well, actually, you know what he'll do? He will rest once, use his spell X, use a spell, hide once, move into the chapel. And he's going to try to turn in Pilgrim and Inquisition. So theoretically, that's 2 more points. Man, I'd be super surprised if that he doesn't then walk off with the win there. And for our dwarf, hide once, move once. He's going to execute a trade with the order. So here's the question. So the White Knight has 2 great treasures. Done. Okay, that's awesome. So we can only score a point on great treasures. Can we, for 28 gold... So the max we're scoring is a point for holding. This is my point. Then we could turn it in, and that only gives us a point anyway. So that's not super helpful. If we can beat the White Knight on gold, though, we will not only score a point, but we will take one away from the Knight. Now, I don't know that I care with the Dwarf, since the Dwarf is only going to end up with... he doesn't end up with a ton anyway. So 28, will 28 gold do him any good? 28 gold is going to get him to 43. He could get up to 73. Although I think he has to, I mean, he can do the Inquisition by turning it over, which sort of sucks, actually. Should probably just make that selling it, right? Because that is way too, that's way too much to give up. Like that, you would never give up Blasted Jewel for any reason. So if he sells it to the order, that is $58. So add 58 to that, you're all of a sudden at 83. So you'll score 2 gold, 1 Inquisition. You will win gold. Well, I think we're going to do that, right? I think we're 100% going to work that. And then I don't think we can get anywhere else in the meantime. So we'll hide twice and do that just to make sure we don't get gang tackled by anyone. So do we have our final 26, 26, 26? Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's get this done. Day 26, let's roll. It's a 1, so we got dragons coming. If we do, we don't actually have any dragons coming, I don't think. I think they're mostly dead. The White Knight's going to go. So the White Knight barrels out here. The Black Knight does the same. Black Knight rests a couple. Actually, never rest that. He can't actually use it. Instead, we'll rest 2 and pull that back. That's more useful to him than another chit. So those 2 are done. The Witch King, I think, he rests once. He spell X's and spells to get this back. Oops. He moves into the chapel. So that's going to score him Pilgrim. So that's a point. And now he has to wound a magic chit effectively. Quote unquote, his best magic chit, which is that. Now he just happened to be so good at it. So that's going to score him 2 points. He's going to score Inquisition. He's going to score Pilgrim, actually. If he were cursed, he'd have got 3. So he's done there. Does anyone appear at the chapel? No, inner large campfire today. The dwarf's going to come in, and this is sort of, I don't know if I'm being fair to the White Knight. I don't want to play Kingmaker per se. I'm just trying to score as much as possible for everybody involved. And he's going to execute a trade. So he's going to hide twice. So we will hide 2 times. Okay, so he does. He walks into the chapel. He's going to turn this over for the Inquisition. He's going to sell these. So if the Inquisition pays, which is the house rule, that's $58. Which is going to net him 73. So that all goes to the order. And now he's done. And that's his day. Now, he is friendly for the day with the order as far as he doesn't have to roll because he did something for the Inquisition. Neither does he. Let's look at the scores and then we'll see how these last couple days play out. Let's look at the scores. We have 3 cards. It's pretty much it for the White Knight. We have 86 prowess, so not quite enough. We're going to lose a gold point to the goofy dwarf, but we still have great treasures. So the knight actually is down to 7 points, which sort of sucks. The Black Knight's sort of out of it. He got an extra point. So we'll give him that extra point. But I think his game is over. The Witch King scores 9 cards, which is a lot to score. He is winning prowess. He is not winning gold, not winning great treasures. Now he's good. So he has 11 points. So that is a pretty good, impressive total for the Witch King. Now the dwarf, he scores an extra card. He is going to steal gold, but lose a point of great treasures. So that gives him 5 points. So I'm not sure that his little play was worth it, and that he, just made it a little easier for the Witch King. So I'm not sure, but he did. He gained a point effectively. Gained a point on the knight. Almost got into second place, pretty much. So now I'm going to say that everybody's going to walk off in the next day, or the Black Knight. Let's just see what our knight does. So his goal is to book it the entire way around. So let's make sure that we're giving him. So he got his rest. We need him to rest again. So this is his. When he moves into the valley, he takes an extra rest. And we're doing this for a reason. So we're going to take that and move it there and flip that. We should never do that there. So there you go. So we've done that on his rest. So I'm hoping in 2 more rests. So we're going to hide, move, move, move. That's his next day. And rest. I won't even write these down. He's going to hide. So this is what? Day 27? We'll write it down. Hide. He's going to move, move, move into 4, I believe. He's going to use his extra rest phase. Now he'll do that early on just to make sure he gets it. And what he's going to do is he's going to flop that. I mean, that's not ideal either. So let's flip that back there. He does have an H6 sitting out there, so that's true. His knights are done. So these guys have all been left in the valley, pretty much. So they're all sitting around going, hey, what's up? Yeah, sucks to be unemployed. It does, indeed. Suck to be out of work. So he hides 1, 2, 3. Hide 1, 2, 3. So yeah, he's going to get to 4. I think he's going to be okay. And for his hide phase, so let's do a rest. So, okay, so there you go. So we are going to rest. We'll bring that back. We are going to hide. We do. And we go 1, 2, 3. And then the last day, we're going to rest again and then move 4. So we swap this with this, and we're going to move. So what's the monster roll on that day? The only thing that can go wrong is some kind of wacky monster roll. So it's a 2. We're good here. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and sort of slide into home. So now what can he score if he slides into home? He didn't pull the guy back, so he's going to move into the order. And he's going to wound this chit for the Inquisition. So he will score Inquisition. And that's pretty much where he ends up. So I know I had the scoreboard up. That's because the actual moves were not super interesting. That's where we end up. That's the final score. A lot of clunky that last few days. That's on me. I apologize. Head is not in the game. I mean, it was, but I mean, I was a little clunky. So, it's a good game. I tell you. I'm very happy with the Witch King's sort of play there. And the main reason, I mean, a couple main reasons. One is Broomstick is that good. You know, not only is it a get out of jail free card when you have that fly chit up, but you can also move 4 tiles, and that is, you know, the great. That's a great card, or a great ploy, because you know he can literally traverse the whole board in one fell swoop. Now you don't know where you're going to land, but that's a very powerful spell right there. The other thing was getting the absorb of the tremendous flying faggot is absolutely a winner. All the time. And what that allowed him to do is it allowed him to essentially steal the prowess. So that's a point. If you think about where the scores end up, if he doesn't score 91 prowess, these would have been flipped. So you would have had the knight at 2, the Witch King at 1. That makes the game 9-10. As opposed to 8-11. And if the dwarf doesn't come in for a last minute sale trying to score the extra point. And I should say, well, his last thing. So the dwarf actually he gets an Inquisition point too. So I should have gave him that. So he actually scored 6. It's his last day with the order gives him 1 extra. He scored the Inquisition by selling them the blast gem. So yeah, I didn't adjudicate this game as well as I should have. So again, I apologize. But yeah, that's where we ended up. 11-8 to 6-4. And what that means is it means the White Knight and Witch King go forward in the tournament. And so, they're the winners. And so we will take them and set them aside. We have to play 3 other groups of 4. And let me figure out who that's going to be here. So might as well do that while we're here. I hate short streams, by the way, but that's about where I'm in, obviously. So here's the rest of our deck of characters. We have 12 obviously left to go. What we literally do is just shuffle them up, pick 4 of them, and that's who we get to play. But I thought that game was actually fairly eventful. It's interesting. Actually, that's something to think about in the futures of these tournaments. Is so I use serious wounds and I save the knight, to sort of keep him around with the idea that it's better to have characters in this than dead. I hate when you got characters and then all of a sudden, like the first tournament, I had 2 characters die real quick, one after the other. Not at the beginning, toward the end of the game, but then that left 2 totally different characters in first and second place because they're by default. And so I was like, that's sort of unsatisfying. I think it's the first game. I think that thing, like the second part of that first game, lasts way shorter than the first one because I think 2 people die. I'm not sure if it's the first game. I have to go back and look. And so I thought, well, I'll use serious wounds to sort of keep that from happening. But I'll do that. But I should probably consider some kind of penalty of some sort to that. Maybe you give up a victory point. Maybe you can only do it once the whole tournament, which would be interesting. And serious wounds is rough. And the reason serious wounds is a little bit rough is, obviously makes the game easier. And a lot of people that are experienced are like, well, you don't need to make the game easier. And I'm like, yeah, you don't really. Having said that, it sucks for every light character can't take any hit at all. Like, whereas a lot of other characters can take hits, light guys can't take hits, and they can't wear any of the standard armor in the game either. So you can't take a hit, and you can't wear armor and take a hit. So I like serious wounds for them. I have to think about that. So let's draw 4 of these. I will close my eyes. First character is the Swordsman. One of my least favorite. But he is very fast. He is a light character, like I've been discussing. He rolls 1 die instead of 2 on all trade rolls, which isn't anything super special, but so let's put the Swordsman up on our scoreboard here. There we go. And we will put him up top. and we'll erase all of his quests because he didn't have any yet. So there we go. It's character number 1 for our second game. Let's get another character. This can be like the Swordsman, the Druid, Wizard, and who else do I love? Do I like the least? The Witch. I actually don't mind the Witch. We get the Witch. The thing I hate about the Witch is that damn familiar. At some point, I'm tired of moving the damn familiar around. So the Witch gets she's obviously a light character. She's a spellcaster. She also, it's a little bit boring because the Witch, not boring. I mean, because I just did the Witch King. The Witch also has an absorb strategy, possibly. She also has a broomstick strategy. So she could easily do a broomstick absorb kind of game. She has a little familiar that runs around the board and searches for mostly secret passages and crap. So it's a little at some point it's useful, and then at some point you're like, I am so tired of moving this damn little cat. So, can we stop, please? So we got the Witch up. Let's zero out the Witch's score here. So she will take the place of the Black Knight. The third character in this little foursome is the Sorcerer. So, Sorcerer is big elemental spells. He goes and fiery blasts the hell out of people. That's sort of his gig. Also has a great get out of jail free card with Meld into Mist, with the caveat that people can thwart him by spewing purple magic all over the board and causing him to be missed more often than he would like to be. So with the Witch, who can also enchant stuff, that becomes a little bit more of a dicey escape strategy. But it's a really good escape strategy when it's working. And oops, sorry. I drew 2 cards. Did not get my fingers working. Last character is the Wizard. Well, that is on fall. So there you go. That's my group. That's my foursome. And it serves me right because I had a lot of good characters this time, so it only makes sense that I have funky ones. I don't like the Wizard. There you go. So the Wizard has lots of magics. He has type 2, type 3, type 4. So he has a lot of different spells that he can cast. But he only gets 2 of them. He's a slow old... And he can use every secret path or passage, which is very, very nice. So, I mean, he's not a bad character. He's just not a good combative character. So it looks like our second foursome is sort of set up and ready to go here. We got the Swordsman, the Witch, the Sorcerer, and the Wizard. That's going to be a rough haul for me because I don't love those characters generally. But it's whatever. So be it. It's that's part of this. That's one of the reasons to do this is to play all the wacky ones. Play ones you don't play normally. Play them in combinations you don't play with normally. So I think let me put the rest of these cards away. I'll put these out on my little space on my desk here. But I do think that as far as this goes, I think we're going to end up stop recording the vid.